Good afternoon, and welcome back to Doing It Live with Doomlink in this game, Kingdoms of Amalur. I just got done recording some Monster Hunter, and I actually felt, while recording that game, very strangely, like I wanted to instead be playing this game, and I can't quite believe that. I've never played Monster Hunter. In this case it was Generations Ultimate. And then, instead, felt the need to play this game. Very, very unusual. I can't really explain it, but here we are. We are back in Kingdoms of Amalur. I believe we are, at this stage, not going to abilities, we're going to quests. We are doing this quest, are we? I don't really want to, though, because remember, this is the side quest that we unlocked after completing the quest relating to that nymph that didn't really exist. So there was this guy who was obsessed with a nymph, believed himself to be about to wed her, and then he realized that it was a figment of his imagination, or at the very least it was not a beautiful nymph, it was in fact some bestial woman who wanted to kill him, or at least was very dangerous, and we went and dispatched it, talked to him, got a reward, and now we're on to some other quest for him. I really don't want to be doing it. So what we are actually going to do, is continue with this faction quest. It is Ballad of Bloody Bones, which is very, very morbid sounding. I'll just make sure that I did actually send that notification to say I was going live. Yes, I did. Good news. And I believe we're still quite some distance away from where... well, not very far, actually. We're not that far from the objective. Sorry, coughing a bit. Just got a tickle in my throat, would be how I would describe that. Alright. What the fuck was that? Oh, right. I performed magic. I need to press C to crouch, and I need to start doing this a little bit more often. Etten brute. Take that, you brute. Sul seems to be a boss of some kind. Ow. Should be rolling to the side rather than whatever I just did. Let's kill this wolf. There we go. Ah, my bloody arrows. I suppose this is a special enemy. Maybe you could call him the leader of his pack. The alpha male. Going to lower the volume of my speakers. I'm getting some lovely, almost burping sounds in my ears. These damn creatures making their noises. Just going to make sure that my chat is actually being responsive. I'll just close and reopen the whole fucking thing. If you want to know a really dysfunctional, rather, mobile app, it would be Twitch on mobile. It's terrible. When you try to close it, it actually just minimizes itself. You have to go through like a 3-step process to actually fully close the goddamn game. It's so annoying. Well, not close the game, you know what I mean. Yep, it's all coming through clear. Thank you. Alright, back to the actual game. Twitch on mobile is not a game. And if it were, it would be a truly terrible one. Here we go. Robes of Mending, Cotton Cow, Empowering Cow. I'll take them all and see what we're dealing with. I would assume that Robes of Mending relates to sorcery. It certainly does. How about these cows? Not really an option for me to use them, though. But they will be good money. I think I have quite a lot of money in this game, but I haven't made much use of it. I'm sure in time to come I'll figure out how to do that. Oh. Alright, we shall deal with the wolves first. Go away. That's me trying to switch to my hammer and then use it to some effect, and it's just not working at all. Fucker. Etten War Priest. you're not a very priestly-looking fellow, if I may say so. I mean, they do say not to judge a book by its cover, but I think that I'm in good stead in so doing at this stage. I mean, why are you running away? Did you get too far away from your spawn point? Goodbye. It's lovely to listen to. But, he says, sarcastically, but... Oh, durable talisman. Is this like a ring? Let's have a look. Durable talisman. Oh, it's apparently a shield. Remember that thing that I haven't been using? Yeah, shield. I will sell it later on. So, one thing that I was a little confused about, if you'll recall, in one of the previous parts, was whether or not I actually had natural recovery. So I'm at 25 health right now. I'm going to leave it for about 10 seconds and see if it has actually increased. I don't suspect that it will have done. The reason why I'm confused by it is because when you consume a certain type of potion, it makes it sound as if it makes your natural recovery faster. The implication of that, of course, being that you do have a form of natural recovery. It's just that the potion makes it better. Nope, it hasn't gone beyond 25. So look at this. Increases your health regeneration rate. So the key word here is increases. So even if I were to use a minor one, so increases your health regeneration rate by a small amount. Okay, so there is presumably a form of health regeneration. Now, given that standing in one place for 10 to 15 seconds recovers 0 HP, I would like you to tell me if you think that this is a small increase. Is that a small increase to you? So, presuming that the description is correct, and that there is natural regeneration, like I have the ability to regenerate... Assuming I do have the ability to regenerate my health, would you call that a small increase? I don't get it. I'm quite certain that I can't naturally recover my health. Is that to do with the point investment that I've done so far? Is there some other factor at play? I really don't know. What I can tell you is that I was confused, and I remain slightly confused. Even if some armors give me health regeneration, it's a little bit misleading to say that it increases my rate, because it makes it sound as if that's some innate ability that I possess. I could be wrong, but... I could be wrong to be confused by it, but... I don't know. At least now I have a very clear idea as to what's going on. I'm gonna get in there with my hammer because I'm out of arrows. You're very good at attacking me before I can attack you. I will say that. Get the fuck out of here. See? He dropped a sack of things. Minor serpent's venom. Increased from 0. Yeah. 26 gold. See, I don't really understand why in certain circumstances an enemy will drop a fucking sack of things, and then in other circumstances you'll actually loot it from the monster itself, or from the enemy itself. That is also strangely inconsistent. I'll save the game here. I don't know what this chest has going for it. Dispel chest. Okay. So dispelling, we've done this before. It's not that hard, but... Oh no! Yeah, I suck at this, don't I? How did that work? Can we all not be in agreement that I completely failed that? I'll take this repair kit, but that'll do me. I don't think I successfully dispelled that chest. Did that look successful to you? Looked like I was completely fucking it up, but anyway. I suppose I'll fight you because you are nearby. So what is my damage increase? Hold on, am I crouching or not? Maybe I can't do crouch shooting like you can in Elder Scrolls. I guess sneak attacks are all sneaking does, or allows you to do. It would be like a special attack that only is available when you are in the process of sneaking. I've got one word for you. Fuck off. I guess it's a phrase, but still. See how he, why am I doing no damage to you? Maybe my, I seem to have a debuff, in effect. Are you seeing this? He must have debuffed me somehow. Weird. Minor health regen potion, much appreciated. But yeah, very suddenly I'm just doing minimal damage. Back to normal. Just in case you can't fucking hear it, you know. Oh, goodness. I didn't mean to take all, but now I've got an eel petal. Squire's staff, okay. Oh, apparently, there is actually a side quest that I'm slowly but surely completing. It is called, Rallying Cry. So... Sorry, my throat. It seems that there's only one more Etin Shaman left to be killed. Maybe I could go and find that last one before I proceed to my current quest objective. I'm not sure what a Prismere pick is. Maybe it's like an auto unlock when you consume the item. I seem to be pretty good at this chest unlocking business, if you haven't noticed. You'd think I'd have a mod or something. Apparently stealth attacks only apply to humanoids, and it only works with daggers. Well, I don't think that's true. Sorry about my throat. I just need to clear it, my god. Now, I do believe that if I go into abilities, finesse, there was something relating to sneak attacks. It's been some time since my throat has been this, this clogged up. I don't know what that is. Usually I can clear it better than that. Anyway. So, I'm not sure where I saw it, but it seemed like daggers are not the only weapon type that get a sneak attack. I believe I saw it somewhere in one of the previous parts. Anyway. Right, fae blades as well. That's probably what I saw. Still, I'm open to the idea of making use of the sneaking ability. I need to actually see if I've got fae blades on hand. I want to see how they work. I don't think I do have them. Oh, I do. Yep, I just picked some up, I think. Fae blades of song. They look pretty cool. Look at this. Oh yeah, that's cool. Come on. They are way cooler than daggers. You look a little bit stupid. You look a bit anime, don't you, when you run around with them? Let's see that again. Oh, I'm sorry, that's never going to get old. Look at that. Ugh. I've got a strange condition that causes me to run like this. It's funnier when he's not running, he's just moving forward, like that. That looks really funny. Now, of course, it's perfectly understandable why he feels the need to do that. It's because he'd probably cut himself if he didn't, but... Anyway, very funny. I'll have to use fae blades more often. So let's compare those to daggers. Daggers are a little bit different. Yeah. I think I'm more of a fae blade person. I may not be able to use chakrams, which is very sad. But fae blades look like a pretty good option. Apparently I stole this. I don't even remember stealing it, but when it's got that hand, I believe that is indicative of a stolen item in your inventory. Alright. So as I said, I am one enemy away from completing this quest that requires me to kill these various enemies in this general area. I was hoping I'd be able to continue up around there, but I can't, so I will instead go up here and across. Kill the Etten Shamans. I can actually see where it's located, so if I go back up through here, I think that will take me to where I want to go, hopefully. Let's change our quest. Rallying Cry. Fae-blades, let it rip! Lovely reference. Fucking Beyblades. I looked into Beyblades again recently. They still exist, shockingly, and at a certain point they did a little spin-off called Bay Wheels. Now, Bay Wheels are kind of how they're described. Instead of a Beyblade, it's a tire, right? And when you rip it, the tire rolls in a direction, and then you have to go and get it again. It's quite funny. Bay Wheels. Alright, there we go. But yeah, I get a lot of enjoyment out of the hammer. The hammer is very good. But I think it's just about time for me to invest in fae-blades. Not Beyblades, fae-blades. Oh, for fuck's sake, sometimes you just feel really useless with the hammer. Just because it's technically a slower attacking weapon than some of the other ones. Alright. Of course, with the bow, it's all about figuring out whether you want to do a charging attack or if it's actually better to do just quick loosing of arrows. Rapid fire, I guess we could call it. Oh. I couldn't see that at all. That was so well camouflaged. Alright, so we are making our way... Where the fuck are we? We don't really want to be going this way at all. We want to be going over here. I just saw a very inviting bridge. And I ended up crossing it even though that was not the direction I wanted to go in. Now that I'm noticing it, I have a very rigid posture when I run as well. I don't mean in real life, I mean my character versus the last person that I saw running very rigidly. Actually, no, that's perfectly fine. From behind it looks rigid, but no, that's alright. I think you're the last one, aren't you? Etten Shaman? Adrenaline surge? No, forget adrenaline surge, I'm dead. Yeah, load last save. It wasn't that long ago. Alright, so this time we're not going to... I took care of everything I wanted to, right? I think so. You looked up Bay Wheels and got a bunch of ads for coastal bicycle ride sharing. Right. It's B-E-Y, not B-A-Y. That's why. Bay Wheels. There might be a Z in there at the end as well. Wheels, because that way you know it's really cool. You don't even have to wonder at that point. They've got a Z in wheels instead of an S. But I could be wrong. Alright, so we want to, I think, turn off just up here. Here? Yes. And I think this is where we went before. Because I can see these lovely gentlemen. I'm only here to kill your shaman. Ow. I wish I could collect things while in combat. Go away. You see, when he yells in pain, he also burps. Which is incidentally not very pleasant. Sturdy gauntlets, yeah, I'll take them. What are we dealing with? Is this an improvement? Am I getting a set bonus with this? Not really. So why am I still using this? Oh, this has a requirement of 10 finesse. Well, I need to get these soon. So if I get poison damage just added on... No, that's not going to suddenly give me poison damage. No. Okay, let's... Because these... Okay, so melee block efficacy, I'm not really doing that. Stun duration, no. Let's just equip the sturdy gauntlets. And then, when I get 10 finesse, we'll equip these. That should be good. Alright, so I'm assuming... No, actually, we want to go over here. What am I getting stuck on? Did you see that? What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Buggy game. Alright, wolves first. No, wolves first. Don't decide for me. Come on, Merog. Alright, never mind Merog. I apologise for goading you. I don't really know how I managed to evade that. Consumables. Minor health regen. Thank you. The not-so-minor health regen. Ow. Yeah, so they do leash at a certain point, see? They're bleeding quite a lot. But yeah, I wouldn't really be bothering to kill them at this stage if it weren't for the existence of that side quest. Ow. Getting fucking bitch slapped right now. Sorry, I shouldn't be repeating, because I'm sure you can hear it. I've made the game a little bit louder than it was last time. I felt it was too quiet before. Ah, very good. Very good. Alright, so I need to bring news to Shield Ring Keep. News, presumably, of the slaying of these Eton war priests. Alright, let's go to this chest. What is contained within? Apparently I'm real good at dispelling. Ugh. I did it, I think. No, I failed to dispel the ward and almost got killed. Jesus. Alright, so... I should check this armor while I'm here. Cotton shoes. Unsurprisingly, cotton shoes are not better than these boots. No, not changing to that. Health regeneration boosted. Why does that enemy's name say War Priest? Well, why not? You mean, as compared to the skill, or not the skill, sorry, the quest. Eton Shaman, but it's actually War Priest. Is that what you're wondering? Oh, apparently you don't have to keep trying, you can just fucking fail to dispel it and then gain access, which is lovely. Very kind of the game. Alright, so... God, health regen lasts for some time. Do you know what? I would actually say, personally, these health regen potions are actually better than the healing potions because they last for so long. Does it tell you how long? No. But if you can see, on my active effects, it seems to be about 60 seconds worth, which is very good for the rate of healing that we were able to see. Alright, so we would have to go all the way back there. Fuck. Let's not do that right now. The reason why is because we went some distance to get here. What have I not discovered? I don't know. Okay, we'll save the game while I'm here. And change quests. So we are going back to Ballad of Bloody Bones. We must return to where we were just a few minutes ago. You think they forgot to add a space between war and priest? Yeah, I suppose if you're going to have one single word, you wouldn't capitalize it that way. Maybe they ran out of space. Et and war priest is quite long. Or perhaps it wasn't a mistake, just some stylistic choice in the naming. Alright. We've reached our destination. This is the oratory. And thanks to the ballad's signet ring, I'm able to enter. So yes, this is a place that I cannot actually enter unless I'm on this quest. That is what we can assume. What's happening with this guy? King Wenson? Why is he just sitting on the ground? That's not very kingly.
I did not believe him, but here you stand before me. Impressive. It is a pity about Sagrin, a grand hero. But there's not time to raise the king's token in his honor. We need every hand carrying a sword for the coming battle. We've come to aid Sir Ferrara, our brother in the Court of Enchantments. It is time for his telling of the Ballad of Bloody Bones.
Okay. Do I get to take his seat as well? Whatever that means.
Poised to abduct a maiden to be his mistress. So goes his song. You will need to revive Ferrara after the battle. I can only assume Hallam would not have sent you unprepared for this task.
What do you mean, revive?
And quickly, when the two of you finish,
What's that? What kind of gesture is that?
Do be careful, Sagrin.
Where is Bloody's Hollow? Bloody's?
It is sealed by a powerful spell.
Bloody.
But Bloody's magic is weak, and you should be able to gain entrance.
What the fuck?
Good luck.
Bloody. Anyway, well, if I go to the world map, maybe I'll be able to see. It's over there. Where am I? I can't really see where I am. It just looks quite far away from where I've been before. Could be wrong. Alright, well that's about all I need to do here. I don't know why you don't have a chair. He's actually just sitting on the ground. I understand that some cultures don't sit in chairs, they instead sit on cushions, but he doesn't even have a cushion. Very well. He is one with nature. He doesn't need something as convenient as a soft thing to sit on. No, apparently this is roughly where I am, and that's where we want to go. I'm just not very good at keeping track of where we are in relation to this world map. Ah, there we are. We're down here. So actually, we've gone about as far south in this area as we can go. There is much more off to the east, but... you know, the Phalans. What? Cluricon? Alabastra, as opposed to Alabaster. Alright, I've had enough reading these names. Once again, these fucking wolves. I hate dogs in all games that I fight them in. I really do. Even when I'm swinging preemptively, I can't hit you. Very annoying. Gold. Oh, where the hell is this? Looks like someone just put a postcard here. Don't you think that's a bit weird? That must be a DLC location, but they've just really slapped it on there very awkwardly. Okay. What I actually wanted to check was the local map. Alright, so I may as well go to the west, and the reason why is because I have not completely ventured that way. Black Kosh. Oh my god, he is very pursuant. Stop it. Okay, I was a little bit off target by the end of that. Alright. I don't know what Delach is, but we're just going to continue up this path until we get to Unduath, or Uduath. Uduath? Yeah, Uduath. There's no N there. You blind fool. We've been live for how long? 31. Almost 32 minutes. I suppose I could go and kill you guys. I'm sure there is some loot to enjoy. And then once I've killed them, I will move on to the next part of this series. Seems like there's a lot going on around here. Looks like a big camp. Alright, we're definitely going ranged here. Fortunately, I didn't end up rolling into the water or anything like that. Once you're on the bridge, that's it. Don't you find that strange? So we were told to kill Etin shamans, do you recall? And they were called Etin war priests instead. But this is actually an Etin shaman. So what the hell's going on? Now I'm really confused. Interestingly, once you've taken an enemy past their fighting ground, you end up dealing less damage, so I suppose that's an incentive to stop attacking and let them go back to where they came from. Which is really weird. I don't know why they chose to do that. Goodbye. Frosted longbow. This might be an improvement upon what we have. Let's find out. Let's cross our fingers. Frosted longbow. It is not better, unfortunately. Yeah, so see that bleeding damage? That has been the bleeding effect we've been seeing. If we fight something that's exceptionally weak to ice, we might get some use out of this, but for the time being, we will continue with this bow. I should remember that I do have repair kits as well. Do we want to go in there? That's probably related to a quest, so I don't see a need to go in there right now. Static longsword. Don't we already have one of those? No, we've got a numbing longsword. Yeah, unsurprisingly it's thunder. Alright. That's all fine. That will be it for this part. I will see you all when we are returning. In part whatever it's going to be. I think we must be up to maybe part 10 by now, just about. But, yes, I will see you all momentarily. Well, for people watching live, it will be instant. I'm not going anywhere, but for those of you watching the VODs, it'll be momentary if you're changing videos, but it won't be momentary if you've just seen the upload go up. Either way, I will see you in the next part, and I bid you farewell for now. This is like the worst outro I think I've ever recorded in the history of my channel. But anyway, goodbye for now.